Welcome back to another episode of Nightmares and News, where we pride ourselves on bringing you spooky updates on all things horror and the latest in horror news. Make sure to follow so you never miss an update from the Horror Burrito, because today we talk caged cannibals and gory cyborgs to invade Halloween Horror Nights 35 with original houses. It's a big week for Universal Orlando Resort's Halloween Horror Nights 2026 when it comes to this year's original haunted houses. This year, Halloween Horror Nights event begins Friday, August 28th at Universal Orlando Resort, and on Thursday, September 3rd at Universal Hollywood Studios. First up was our exclusive preview of sequel house HR Blood and Guts Presents, a Halloween Frigtacular. In the wake of its announcement comes two new originals that will unleash caged cannibals and cyborg carnage. And Madlands Caged Cannibals, a defunct zoo, is the deadly domain of warring cannibal factions that have taken their animal instincts to the extreme. They're territorial, they're hungry, and you're their lunch. And Cybergoria awakened thousands of years in the future in this haunted house, and a brave cold war driven by machines with a singular goal: to make you live forever, even if it kills you. The house has joined previous announced haunts for Sinners and Stranger Things 5. Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow will be your ringmasters of fear for Halloween Horror Nights, which marks the landmark 35th annual event at Universal. Stay tuned for much more on HHN 26 in both Orlando and Hollywood. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 update. Gary Doberman is writing the script. The FNAF film franchise will continue with the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and a brand new writer has boarded the franchise for the next installment. The Hollywood Reporter confirms the news that Gary Doberman, known for his work on It, The Nun, Salem's Lot, and Until Dawn, will write the screenplay for FNAF 3. The outlet also notes that Emma Tammy, who directed the first two Five Nights at Freddy's movies, is expected to return to the director's chair for the upcoming third installment. Franchise creator Scott Cawthorn will remain on board as producer. It is unclear whether stars Joshua Hutcherson, Piper Rubio, and Elizabeth Lail, among other stars, will be returning, but many are expected to. The Hollywood Reporter notes in their report, last year's smash hit sequel Five Nights at Freddy's 2 scared up a grand total of $238 million at the worldwide box office. It was all but guaranteed that the franchise would continue. Rumors have been swirling that David Robert, known for his work on It Follows, have been hired to write the next Five Nights at Freddy's film, with those rumors based on recent comments made by franchise star Skeet Ulrich. The actor misspoke at a recent event and mentioned that the writer of It Follows was writing FNAF 3, but Ulrich meant to say that it was the writer of It. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is coming soon from Blumhouse Atomic Monsters and Universal. The Substance, getting a scratch and sniff theatrical experience in Chicago this summer. What if you could smell the substance? That's the hook for a unique upcoming screening of Coraline Fargate's The Substance, which has been dubbed the Odorama screening. Taking a page out of the William Castle and John Waters playbook, the theatrical gimmick will allow attendees to scratch and sniff special cards featuring unique movie-themed scents. Distributor Mubi explains, as part of Mubi Fest Chicago, we're presenting one-of-a-kind scratch-and-sniff screening of Coraline Fargate's modern body horror classic. Each guest will receive a numbered scented card, where a number appears on screen, scratch the matching panel, and experience the film through an entirely new sense. This special one-of-a-kind Odorama screening of The Substance is taking place at the Salt Shed in Chicago on July 11th, 2026. At 12 p.m. CDT. Play Dead watched the official Dead by Daylight music video from Ice Nine Kills. We learned a couple weeks ago back that the band of Ice Nine Kills is joining forces with the slasher video game Dead by Daylight, with an Ice Nine Kills collection inspired by the heavy metal band now available. Along with the collection, a tie-in music video has been unleashed. Ice Nine Kills enters the fog with Play Dead, a brand new single and music video created in collaboration with Dead by Daylight, written for the game's 10th anniversary. Play Dead brings Ice Nine Kills into one of the horror gaming's most iconic worlds, uniting two genre-obsessed universes built on suspense, survival mythology, and the thrill of the kill. The track was created in collaboration with DVD composer Michael F. April and arrives alongside in-game Ice Nine Kills collection, allowing players to represent the band inside the game's ever-expanding horror universe with the DLC. Ice Nine Kills mastermind Mr. Tyrannus tells us, to quote, Ice Nine Kills has always lived somewhere between menace and mischief. Play Dead, our take on DVD, is a collision of hooks, horrors, and total chaos. As lifelong horror fans, we find it surreal and an absolute honor to have Ice Nine Kills music officially tied to Terrifier, Scream, Ready or Not, and now the iconic survival horror game DVD. Halloween Store official trailer, a mass slasher stalks inside a knockoff Spirit Halloween. The new horror comedy Halloween Store is coming soon, and while we don't yet have a release date, the official trailer has been released. Here's the official logline for the Halloween film. A group of people find themselves trapped inside a costume store on Halloween night, with a mysterious killer on the loose. The masks are on, the doors are locked, and the nightmare is just getting started. Welcome to Shriek Shack. Stay tuned for additional news and release details for Halloween Store. Dark Shadows WB Animation announces an adult animated series based on the 1960s TV show. Barnabas Collins is headed back to the screen, with The Hollywood Reporter breaking the news that Warner Bros. Animation is developing a brand new animated Dark Shadows series. Created by Dan Curtis, Dark Shadows aired between 1966 and 1971, starring Jonathan Frid, As Barnabas Collins, Tim Burton turned the show into a movie back in 2012. This brand new project is described as an adult animated series. The Dark Shadows animated series will continue the saga of the Collins family. Blending gothic horror and supernatural genres, this coming adaptation promises all the dark twists and romantic intrigue that define the transformational series across the 1,200-plus episode run. The original series documented the lives, loves, and trials and tribulations of the wealthy Collins family of Collinsport, where a number of supernatural occurrences take place. Stay tuned for more on the return of Dark Shadows as we learn more. New accolades trailer for Crystal, Theater of Idols, coincides with latest update. If you haven't yet checked out Blumhouse Games and Vermal Studios' Crystal, Theater of Idols, the dev teams have prepared a new trailer touting the reasons why you should pluck down your money for it. At the same time, Crystal has received a new update that brings a host of improvements, optimizations, and fixes across PC and consoles. The update addresses community-reported issues, improves performance in key areas, adds support for additional monitor resolutions, and includes platform-specific enhancements across PC, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series. The patch also allows those who own a Steam Deck to finally take the game on the go. Crystal Theater of Idols takes the players deep into the world of Hispania, a nightmarish version of Spain torn apart by two warring regionals. Crystal Theater of Idols is available on PC via Steam, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series. And that's all the news I have for you today, my lovely fiend. Stay spooky, keep your claws sharp, and consume more souls of the living. I've been your host, Bumps of the Night, and I appreciate your viewership. If you want to help me out here, click some of those buttons like comment, share, subscribe are all great ways to make sure I can continue bringing you news on the daily. With that being said, I'll scare you in the next one.